Local teens have a new opportunity to find support, food, and fun. The new goal of a center now open to the public. President Biden is taking the American Rescue Plan on tour, how he's taking a personal approach to educating Americans on relief efforts. And after months of special preparations, the Grammy Awards are almost here. We're hearing from the nominees from West Michigan. Today is Sunday, March 14th.
Covering West Michigan to protect and alert you. This is News Channel 3, live at 8.
Good morning. You're watching News Channel 3. I'm Hannah Knowles. Taking a live look outside over Battle Creek. Here comes the sun. Beautiful sunrise there. Meteorologist Christina Anthony in the studio now for a look at our forecast. Hey, Christina.
Hi there. And our sunset happens closer to 8 o'clock now, courtesy of that time change. And I am forecasting some high clouds that will filter sunshine at that point. And those high clouds also lead to really pretty sunrises and sunsets. So check it out. That sunset happens just before 8 o'clock. It's like 7:48-ish. So you want to get out closer to 7:30 and kind of see it all play out. So we're looking at blizzard conditions for our friends in Colorado and Wyoming. And then also some severe weather on the warm side of a system. That system is heading our direction for Monday afternoon, but it's weakening as it moves our way, and a lot of the impacts are going to stay to our south in terms of that heavy snow and severe weather. Regardless, we're sneaking in a dry and really nice weekend day before we get to that system. Temperatures right now begin with a 3 for most of us in the middle to upper 30s. I think that's where we are in the morning, and then we go into the middle 40s during the midday time frame, around 50 degrees this afternoon. Hannah, it is Pi Day, so we hope that you celebrate with a slice of sunshine.
All right, Christina, thank you. Teens in Kalamazoo have a new faith-based teen center they can go to. Kalamazoo's Youth for Christ just opened its new Eastside City Life Center for youth ages 11 to 19. That's where we find News Channel 3's Callie Rainey joining us live this morning. And Callie, tell us how this newly renovated church serves Kalamazoo's youth.
Well, Hannah, it may look like your typical church, which it is on Sundays and Wednesdays, but on every other day of the week, it is a place for kids to come hang out, have some fun, and most importantly, develop healthy relationships. Inside, students can come here, shoot hoops, play video games, get help with their schooling, even take classes for art, dance, financial literacy, and babysitting. Plus, every time youth come, they get a meal. Youth for Christ Executive Director Scott McLuhan says feeding teens is critical and is made possible with the help of the Southwest Michigan Food Bank and local donors. And despite this entire $1 million project was paid for with the help of local churches, foundations, businesses. And while the pandemic is currently keeping the amount of teens who can come restricted to 50, eventually more will be welcome.
To anybody 11 to 19 years old that is, wants to be here. So it's not where they have to be a Christian to come to Youth for Christ. They could be someone from a different religion. They could be someone that doesn't know what they believe. This is a space where we have the opportunity for them to understand who Christ is in Christian principles, but it's not a requirement at all.
Taking the creed of faith is required to volunteer. Right now, they are looking for volunteers. If you're interested, just go to my Twitter at CallieWWMT for a link to find out information on that. For now, live in Kalamazoo, Callie Rainey, News Channel 3.
All right, Callie, thank you. A nonprofit in Kalamazoo serving the Latino community has put an end to their in-person learning hubs. 95% of students at El Consilo's learning hubs primarily speak Spanish. 19 ESL students from Kalamazoo's public schools had access to full-time in-person support since October. Now the nonprofit was counting on the district to return to in-person.
We heard that KPS was going to remain virtual for trimester 3. It was already, I would say, way too late because our staff already had jobs and other opportunities.
The nonprofit is planning summer programs starting in July. Staff will focus on social, emotional, and STEM learning for bilingual students. They tell us they'll have support from Kalamazoo College, Kalamazoo Valley Community College, and Western Michigan University. A program providing support services for senior citizens in West Michigan is now offering a new device aimed at helping older adults during the pandemic. Senior Care Partners PACE is working to get them to elderly members free of charge. GrandPad is a tablet made specifically for senior citizens. With its large icons, the device makes connecting with family and social networks more accessible. Each GrandPad costs $800, but thanks to grant funding from various places, including the Calhoun County Senior Millage and the Battle Creek Community Foundation, 444 participants at Senior Care Partners PACE are using them free of cost. The CEO says they hope to get more funding in to provide more GrandPads to seniors throughout the pandemic.
COVID in general has all taught us the power of technology in our lives, not just in making our days easier, but maintaining social connections.
It's entertaining. It kills time for me, and I've got a lot of time, so I've got now. But yeah, it's handy. It's real nice to have around.
Senior Care Partners PACE has 4 West Michigan locations in Kalamazoo, Portage, Battle Creek, and Albion. Participants at those locations are eligible to receive the GrandPad through grant funding. Others who are interested can purchase a device directly from the company. We're looking live over Los Angeles this morning, where in just hours, the 63rd annual Grammy Awards will take place. For 2 of tonight's nominees, the road to music's biggest night ever started right here in West Michigan. Chrissy Nordhoff from Allegan co-wrote the song Famous for I Believe, which is nominated for Best Contemporary Christian Song. Battle Creek native Torrin Wells, who sings the song, is also nominated for the Best Contemporary Christian Music Performance, along with Best Contemporary Christian Music Album for Citizen of Heaven. The songwriter and singer both attribute their West Michigan roots to getting to where they are today.
When you grow up in West Michigan, you just have blue-collar work ethic. Everyone really believed in hard work.
I really think that just the open space, you know, we didn't have a ton of stuff to do except for what was outside growing up. And I think it really helped lay that foundation for creativity.
Watch our full interview with Grammy nominee Chrissy Nordhoff from Allegan and Torrin Wells from Battle Creek tonight at 6:30, and catch the Grammys live right here on News Channel 3 at 8 p.m. The recent stretch of warm weather has been a welcome change for many of us, but it means the end of ski season for some resorts in West Michigan. Swiss Valley and Cass County held an end of the season celebration Saturday. Current season pass holders were able to grab some food, listen to music, and get their gear tuned up. Officials say despite the pandemic, this season was one of their best.
We started out the year making a lot of snow, which we do every year, and then Mother Nature added to that. So we had an excellent snowpack up until this last week when the wind and warm temperatures and the rain hit. But we managed to ski 71 days this season.
They say that's the longest ski season for Swiss Valley in 5 years. You can buy a Jump Start Pass for next season online right now. It'll be the cheapest price you'll see all year. Daylight saving time is here, and you're likely feeling the impacts already. The Michigan Department of Transportation has tips on how to stay safe on the roads. The later sunrise means it may be harder to spot morning walkers, joggers, and cyclists. If you're getting out for some exercise, MDOT suggests you wear bright reflective clothing. Drivers are also asked to pay close attention to the roads and eliminate any distractions. New data mapping out what it will take for the global economy to recover from COVID-19 when a rebound is expected in the U.S. Plus, a new round of stimulus sparking hope as the nation works to rebuild from the pandemic. Why President Biden says the relief goes beyond personal checks. And the CDC is warning against travel, but are Americans listening? New data from TSA as spring break season quickly arrives.
And we are 2 weeks into the month of March, and it's been a very sunny stretch so far with more than 80% sunshine, both in Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo. We tack on another sunny day today, but a wintry mix is on the move when that gets here. You're watching News Channel 3, live at 8. As you get your day started.
Thank you for turning to News Channel 3 at 8. The news continues right now.
Next week, President Biden is hitting the road to begin his Help is Here tour. The goal is to educate Americans about the American Rescue Plan. The president is traveling to Pennsylvania on Tuesday and will visit other states in coming weeks. First Lady Jill Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris, Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff, and cabinet members will also join in the effort. President Biden wants to emphasize key aspects of the bill, like helping veterans, cutting child poverty in half, and supporting small businesses. He's also encouraging Americans to get vaccinated and work on improving rural health care. Just over a year after the global pandemic was declared, the U.S. is approaching its 30 millionth confirmed COVID-19 case. As Tom Hansen reports from New York, with vaccine distribution gaining traction, and COVID relief money on the way, there is hope on the horizon.
As the weather warms up, much of America is opening up. At least 15 states, such as Texas, now no longer have COVID restrictions on most or all of their businesses. That also includes Florida, where spring break is in the air.
We decided to get away from the cold and into the sun. A lot less people wearing masks.
The U.S. has hit a new vaccine milestone. More than 100 million doses have been administered, and the nationwide average number of new cases is down about 13% from a week ago. But those numbers are still high, and with more contagious variants spreading, health officials are warning against easing safeguards.
We need to keep our masks on, we need to socially distance, and so forth.
The nearly $2 trillion COVID relief bill President Biden signed into law this week will bring $1,400 stimulus payments to many Americans, starting as early as this weekend.
It provides food and nutrition, keeps families in their homes, and it will cut child poverty in this country in half, according to the experts.
In the war on poverty, the president's plan also includes $6 billion for food security-related programs, $25 billion in emergency rental assistance, and almost $10 billion in emergency mortgage aid for homeowners. There will also be more subsidies for those buying health insurance through the Affordable Care Act. Tom Hansen, CBS News, New York.
The U.S. economy is set to grow more than expected this year, lifting up the world's economy as a whole. But experts say they worry the world's poorest countries may not fare so well. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development says it now expects the U.S. economy to expand by 6.5% this year. It now thinks the world's economic recovery will reach pre-pandemic GDP levels by the middle of the year, 6 months ahead of their previous forecast. U.S. air travel has hit a new pandemic record. The Transportation Security Administration says more than 1.3 million people were screened at airports on Friday. That's the highest number since March 15th, 2020. The CDC is still warning against air travel, even for those who are fully vaccinated. Industry insiders say passenger volumes are still about 57% below pre-pandemic levels. Caught on camera in Texas, a customer is being hailed as a hero after police chase runs through a Chick-fil-A drive-thru line. And check this video out. Now the person goes to pass the white truck and bam, the driver opens the door with perfect timing, causing the suspect to run into it. Police say as officers were arresting the runner, the driver was actually lecturing them on running from police. How funny is that? Jacksonville Police posted the video to its Facebook page. The top comment is, "Get this man some free Chick-fil-A." That sounds good right about now, doesn't it, Christina?
I've been wanting to try that new spicy chicken sandwich that they have.
Okay.
Like a grilled spicy chicken.
Yeah, I also saw McDonald's just came out with a new spicy chicken sandwich. Might have to do a taste tester there.
Yeah, well, I know what we're doing after the show.
On Monday, though, because Chick-fil-A's closed on Sundays. Dang it.
Man, that always happens.
I know.
Every time, I swear, every time I crave Chick-fil-A, it's Sunday.
Closed. Yeah.
Yep, just like the McFlurry machine at McDonald's.
Broken.
Anyways, we're digging ourselves a big hole with a couple of good companies. So I'm going to move on. Our temperature history the past couple of weeks, a little up and down. This is exactly what to expect during springtime in Pure, Michigan. I think we have one more up before we get some downs, and it's all courtesy of this big system that's providing a lot of weather for our friends off to the west and to the southwest. It's bringing blizzard conditions to Wyoming, Colorado, the Dakotas there. And it's also bringing severe weather and strong thunderstorms on the warm side of that system. We can see the deep blues here, that circulation counterclockwise indicating that area of low pressure. That's going to be lifting our way as we get into Monday. So we sneak in another dry today, another sunny today before we get to that wintry mix. But as it's moving in, friends, it's weakening. It's becoming much weaker, and that precipitation is kind of fizzling out. We're still going to get some of it, but I don't think we're dealing with any heavy snow or any heavy precipitation. It's just going to be a light wintry mix developing during your Monday afternoon, especially later in the afternoon and into Monday night. Just like Sprinter, we'll have a mix of everything. It looks like snow, some freezing rain and rain involved later Monday night into early Tuesday morning. Then we get some ups again, temperatures rebounding back into the 50s as we go through the middle part of the week. All the more reason to enjoy today. It looks lovely in every way, as sweet as pie for Pie Day. March 14th, 3.14, 36 degrees in Kalamazoo. Let's take you live outside at 8:19. We're looking over the city. You can see some of those high clouds in the background. That will filter sunshine at times. Not a big deal. In fact, it's going to make the sunset look spectacular. That happens at 7:48 tonight. So get out early, check it out. Temperatures right now aren't as chilly as they were yesterday at this time. Yesterday at this time, we had frost on the windshield. Temperatures were in the 20s. They're in the 30s, area wide, even near 40 degrees along the lake shore. Temperatures will reach out of the 30s into the middle 40s midday everywhere with plenty of sun, filtered by the time we get to the later part of the afternoon, highs around 50. Now we're fast forwarding into Monday. Monday starts dry, and then I'm forecasting that increase in cloud cover. So clouds are going to lower and thicken up as we go through the day. Here's that wintry mix developing later Monday afternoon into Monday evening, Monday night, with a little something left over for Tuesday morning that looks like some freezing rain. Temperatures are going to be close to freezing then. If we take you through these future snowfall totals, notice how they're indicating, maybe half an inch to a couple inches as you go from south to north. A lot of this is going to melt though, and it looks like a wetter snow in general. So it's not going to lead to too much in the way of accumulation, but you'll have some slush to deal with later Monday into Tuesday morning. Another wintry mix, Hannah, is possible for Thursday, though I'm leaning more towards rain and just some snowflakes. Those temperatures are in the upper 40s.
Okay, well, I prefer just some rain compared to snow. I'm in full spring mode. I already wanted to rip out all my winter clothes from my closet and transfer everything over, so I don't want to go back.
Yep. You never want to do that too soon.
I know. I might have just jinxed myself. Thanks, Christina, so much. Many Americans are spending the weekend checking their mailboxes and bank accounts when you can expect your new stimulus payments. And the world's mightiest heroes just aren't quite enough to overcome Avatar, why the decade-old film is back on top of the box office.
Why are states holding up help for...
Looking ahead to the top stories we'll be following throughout the day here on News Channel 3. The first direct payments from the president's COVID relief plan are hitting bank accounts. You can find out when yours is set to arrive by using the IRS's Get My Payment tool. On its website, the checks will not have the president's name on the memo line. The White House says that risks delaying the printing, and they wanted to get the checks out as soon as possible. Kalamazoo Youth for Christ has opened its new East Side City Life Center for teens. Students get entertainment, tutoring, art classes, as well as meals through its faith-based. It's open to everyone ages 11 to 19. You can learn more, including how to volunteer, by visiting our website, wwmt.com. State officials reporting 1,600 new COVID-19 cases and 38 new deaths. That brings total infections to 607,000 and the death toll to nearly 16,000. State officials will provide their next update tomorrow afternoon. In the meantime, nearly 1.9 million residents have been vaccinated. According to state data, that's 23% of the state's population ages 16 and older. The 63rd Annual Grammy Awards are tonight, and among those nominees are two artists from West Michigan. Songwriter Chrissy Nordhoff from Allegan is nominated for Best Contemporary Christian Song. Battle Creek native Torrin Wells has 2 nods in the Best Contemporary Christian Music Performance and in album categories. Catch the Grammys live right here on News Channel 3. That all starts at 8 o'clock tonight. And more than 10 years after its initial release, the film Avatar is back on top of the box office. According to Disney, Avatar has overtaken Avengers: The Endgame, and it's the highest grossing movie of all time. The movie was re-released in China this weekend, putting its worldwide gross earnings just over $2.8 billion. The latest Avengers movie grossed just under $2.8 billion. Now that's a lot of money. This is also like the perfect movie for the movie theater, but maybe not for today's weather, because it's going to be pretty out again today.
It's going to be so nice.
Yeah, it was so nice yesterday, too.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably still sit inside and maybe take a nap, but all of you, yeah, you got to get out there. Lots of sunshine filtered through some high clouds later today. A wintry mix developing Monday afternoon into Tuesday morning. And then another wintry mix, Hannah, is possible for Thursday.
We'll talk about that later. Let's focus on the good weather today. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great Sunday. We'll see you right back here next weekend. Enjoy the sunshine.